So, do you have a product with thousands of activated free trials, but little to no active upgrades, payments, or credit cards? Yeah, you're not alone. This happens to a lot of different SaaS businesses, even marketplaces businesses, for instance. And I think one of the challenges here is this question, like, why is this happening? And today I want to invite you to rethink a little bit about this question. And instead of asking yourself with your team, why are thousands of people trying out our product, which means, there's definitely a demand for our solution for their problem, but not necessarily giving us money. Instead of asking yourself why, today I'd like to invite you to start asking yourself, how might we? Reframe your question as, how might we? What do I mean by this? Let me expand a little bit on this. So, first off, you want to build a product improvement engine. I read about this idea on Sam Altman's startup playbook a few years ago, and today it makes more sense than ever to me. You need to build some kind of engine that is constantly trying to improve your product and trying to experiment around different ways to improve the product and primarily improve the conversion rates, right? And I think this would be great if you could sort of set up cycles, different cycles, some kind of small basic framework around this, product improvement engine. For instance, shape up the methodology from Basecamp could be a good inspiration for this. And you want to do it in a time frame. You want to set up a realistic time frame for each cycle. For instance, shape up does 6-week cycles, so they improve the product or build new features every 6 weeks. And then you need to have clear roles for those cycles within that time frame. It's important to understand who will be part of this product improvement engine and how will they collaborate constantly on making this thing possible and a reality, basically. And once you have this, on a second point, I suggest, and this is related to this how might we idea, running a workshop maybe every cycle or even every few cycles is fine. And why a workshop? Basically, if you facilitate a workshop, you're able to avoid that, typical brainstorming session that leads you nowhere. And primarily, you need to avoid falling into this dead time of just asking yourself why and not being able to solve it, not being able to ship anything to solve that problem that's being, created around that why. So in this workshop, you can basically share positive outcomes, share negative outcomes, vote on the negatives, reframe the most voted ones as how might we, and then ideate solutions around those, vote, and prioritize for the next cycle. This is no new. This is a Lightning Decision Jam by Adrian Smart. It's a great workshop that I facilitated multiple times with different teams of mine and different contexts, different clients. And it's a great way to use 1 hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours of your time with a team to, spend great time together in a room, and instead of, discuss and brainstorm and just try to come up with ideas out of nowhere, this is a great framework and exercise to do that collaboratively and very fast. So ideally you want to also do this, at the end of every cycle or every few cycles to review your work and come up with better ideas, and number three, between the engine and the workshop mindset, you need to add also a way to stay on track. And by on track, I not only mean to stay sharp and to keep going, but you need to track absolutely everything as much as possible with different tracking tools. And you need to make sure that you adopt this experimentation mindset and you run A, B, or N amount of tests on every single cycle. Instead of asking why, ask yourself how might we, ideate different solutions, but just run them, ship them and compare them to have real insights. And if you, do all of this and you also combine all of this with interviewing some of your users every once in a while, every few cycles, both paying and recurring users and also non-paying ones, I think the amount of information you will get will definitely start giving you enough insights and actionable elements to basically improve your product. Not only improve your product, but also essentially increase your conversion rates, and obviously increase your revenue and grow your company. So if you liked this and some of these insights, please like this post. This is very helpful for me. And let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to review next how to do this workshop, how to run this workshop, this LDJ workshop, which I've done multiple times, or if you'd like to learn experiments that you can launch on each of these cycles to boost your conversion rates and increase these upgrades from free trial or free test all the way to credit cards and payments. Thanks for watching.